Radical.
Hey there, what's up, everybody? I love Honey Nut Cheerios. You know, even during bad times like this in our economy, with prices of things like eggs skyrocketing, like $8, $9, $10 for a carton of eggs, it's fucking crazy. It's nice to know that you can still get a mega size of Cheerios for $6. I am freaking serious. This is a lot of damn Cheerios. I mean, it's got to be not just ounces, but pounds of Cheerios. Oh, man, I have no water. Oh, well, not a big deal. Yeah, I'm aware I'm still recording. Like I give a damn. I eat my Cheerios just chilling. And I'm going to talk about Velma. Okay, Velma is a character on Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are you? There's Velma, there's Fred, there's Daphne, there's Scoob, there is Shaggy, ruh-roh, then there's Scooby. All right? That's a team of people that got together and to go around in their mystery van. And, you know, long time ago is when the original cartoon came out. And basically they solve mysteries. And usually it's some spooky ghost, but not really a ghost. It's a guy in a ghost suit, something like that. That's Scooby-Doo in a nutshell. I mean, this is a legendary franchise, a bit overrated, I would say, but it's endured throughout the decades. I watched Scoob, that one 3D type animated deal. I didn't like that. And I thought there was a lot of undertones between the relationship between Shaggy and Scoob, which was really just kind of creepy and hinged on bestiality. It did. I thought it did. You know, you'll know if you saw Scoob. And the only reason I watch Scoob is because, you know, I'm a flea marketer on the weekends and I have to watch through these movies to make sure they work. Otherwise, I wouldn't even care to watch Scoob. Scooby-Doo is really not my thing. But there's a lot of big fans of Scooby-Doo. Big fans of the character Velma Jinkies. Okay, who's the big brains of the bunch? I really don't know a lot about Velma. You know, Daphne's like the hot one, then Fred's the male hot one, and then I guess Shaggy and Velma are the outcast, and then there's a talking dog, you know. It's Scooby-Doo in a nutshell. But I'll tell you what, there's a new show on HBO Max streaming now called Velma, and the showrunner is Mindy Kaling, who I don't know a whole lot about, but she's the showrunner, and her idea was to race swap Velma and turn her into a dark South Asian woman. That was her big idea. And she also race swapped Daphne, who is now Asian. Her last name was Wu, so it's an Asian person actually doing the voice. And that's diversity. Showing here diversity because we can't have an all-white cast. Instead of actually, I don't know, maybe adding a South Asian character or a black character, they just go ahead and figure, well, what we're going to do is we're going to take the race that was the original race, swap it out, and we're going to call that diversity. I don't care for that. I mean, has Peter Parker ever been swapped out as black? No, Peter Parker's white. Now there's Miles Morales, popular character, and I think they did that right because they created a new character in the Spider-Verse, right? I don't know a lot about Miles Morales, but, you know, they created another character, and then that character was not white. What I noticed from the trailer is, and I haven't read a lot of the comments. Oh, what's keeping me from reading a lot of comments on that HBO trailer? Oh, yeah, there's no comments. A couple days after the trailer drops, or the series comes out, they disable the comments, which means it's going swimmingly well for the reception of the show. Now, I looked at all the other trailers and I think, well, maybe they just disable comments there on the trailers. No, it's for that one. It's for that one. So that shows you right there how things are going. for the show. Now, I saw the trailer. I saw it twice. And I'm not throwing eggs at my TV. I'm not. Number one, because I don't really much care about. I'm not a huge fan of Scooby-Doo. Okay, I don't really care. I care before I watch something if I'm going to be entertained by it. And I will say there's a couple times to where there's a laugh or two. And Fred is played up to be a complete moron, but I will say on the original series, Fred's just prototypical archetype, like male, boring and bland. At least, even though they butcher his character, there is a kind of character. He's stupid and he's typical, like, white male. So I can see how people could point to that being problematic. But I don't really care about a lot of that stuff. I just care about if I'm going to laugh going into something. And there might be a scene or two in this series that I would laugh at. There might be. I mean, I might be more entertained by this than watching the other Scooby-Doo stuff because, I don't know. There's one scene in the trailer where there's a woman that falls at the locker, and it's an R-rated show. I think there's like some cartoon stuff, some gore, right? So it's a bit gory because they have to edit out like the brains falling out or the lack of brains and whatnot. And then Velma does some twerking, which I don't remember from the Scooby-Doo cartoons. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. In the original series, did Velma ever twerk? Now, you recall earlier I said they should consider, instead of swapping the races of main characters, adding a character that is of a different race other than white, for diversity. Well, they kind of did that, but they kind of didn't. There's one character, I think, Norton, I believe. I can't recall the name from the trailer. But this character is tall and skinny and has a green shirt, but not Shaggy, though. Doesn't go by the name Shaggy. Doesn't sound really like Shaggy. There was one thing that made me laugh, though, is when that character said, 420 is about drugs, and I hate drugs. That was kind of funny, because as a character that is making a joke how Shaggy, which doesn't exist in this universe, is really, really, really big into drugs. Yeah, Shaggy and Scooby be just blazing it in the back of the mystery van, right? He has a total pothead. But there's that. So you have a Shaggy, but not a Shaggy. And then there is no Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. No Scooby-Doo, right? So you have a series about Scooby-Doo without the damn dog. It'd be like having Looney Tunes without the Bugs Bunny. Or, Mickey Mouse show without Mickey Mouse. Scooby-Doo is the main character of that universe. Yeah, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Not to be found on this show. Although, if Scooby-Doo was on this show, at least they wouldn't have to do a race swap because Scooby-Doo is already brown. Okay, that's already built-in diversity right there. I don't know what the thinking was here. I mean, if you're HBO Max, why would you even bother with this? Why would you even greenlight this? Is it just, do you just need to fill a slot in your streaming entertainment? I mean, there's been some questionable things on Netflix and Hulu, but really? A Scooby-Doo show led by Velma that doesn't even have the correct race of Velma, doesn't get the characters right with Scooby-Doo. How about just call it something else without even the Scooby-Doo license? It could be just inspired by Scooby-Doo. And you have different characters. And I don't think a lot of people would be really that mad at that. But time and time again, what do we see? We see people taking these successful previous licenses and just screwing this shit up to hell and putting their own spin on it. And it not turning out to appeal to and satisfy fans of the original.